Hello, everybody. I'm that guy with the face here for Katawa Shoujo, episode 9. Let's get started right now. In order to atone in order to atone for hurting a young girl's feelings, you should definitely join the student council. Wah ha 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 ha. No. How about a game of paper football instead of rich man, poor man? Paper football? Yeah, it's a game they play in America. You make a paper triangle, then you try and shoot it past goalposts that the other player makes with their finger. Isn't that cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, He-chan. Dot dot dot. And it's also played by elementary and middle school children, Chan. Wah ha 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 ha. That means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men. More like boys from slightly older boys. Anyway, I'm not going to play that either. Just the fact that you know about it makes it seem that you're surprisingly good at it. Wah ha 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 ha. Yeah, that's true. How did you know, Hichan? Shizune frowns at Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so readily. I wouldn't say that I'm happy with their attempts to get me into the student council, but I'm a little curious what the student council does here. I've never been on one or even know anyone who was a member, so it interests me. I also kind of like Shizune and Misha, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Dot dot dot. Thank you for your input, Shizune. Okay, Hichan, how about Risk, the game of world domination? I don't know what that is. It's really fun, Hichan. You fight for control of the world with armies and everything. Sounds like Shizune would be good at it. If you want to play, we can after school. Dot dot dot. Ah, really, Shi-chan? We can play just for fun, He-chan. Shi-chan hasn't played in a long time. If you want to, there are no strings attached. Well, okay. Okay, okay, perfect. We can see you after school in the student council room then, He-chan. Wait, why there? Because that's where we keep the game. Wah ha 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 ha. Wah ha ha. I grimace to tell them how much I do not like this, but this is more for show than anything. So in the end, I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete just by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends and we go back to class. During afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in her seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be nosy. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby and latch on to me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. I feel a little offended, but I'd be considering it nevertheless. But I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it in the past that they're on guard. What's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported out of his cell. Wah ha 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 ha! What's wrong, Hichan? Smug dot dot dot. That's right, we're just gonna play a game of That's right, we're just gonna play a game of Risk, remember? I don't know I didn't know Misha I don't know Misha. This all seems a little sinister to me. I start thinking that when we sit down to play the game, they'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. Well, that's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason, It just seems like it would be so plausible. Stop foreshadowing, Hasao. Getting to the student council room is simple as turning 2 quarters from where we started. What? That's it? This makes you guys being so on top of me seem a little silly. Dot dot dot. That's not true, Hichan. Ji-chan says that when their life is threatened, people have shown the capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed. Life is threatened? Her expression unchanged. Misha signed something amusedly to Shizune, who makes a baffled face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself. Misha feigns deafness and hums cheerfully. Stop that. I know you heard me. You have no excuse unlike Shizune. Shizune opens the door to the student council room. It's very plain, sparsely decorated room, although it's quite large, maybe even a little larger than a classroom. There's a big table in the center surrounded by chairs, and a smaller desk prominently placed in the back. I assume it is Shizune's. There are a few rectangular desks and chairs stacked on one side as well. Extras, perhaps? Aside, aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer. Just a couple filing cabinets, bookshelves stacked with old school records and documents. Not much else. In fact, nothing else. It's a pretty bleak room. They could at least put a potted plant in here or something. But the more noticeable thing in the room doesn't have people. Are we early? Dot dot dot. Nope. What do you mean no? Doesn't mean no one else is coming today? Smug dot dot dot. Yep, that's right. Before I manage to ask why that's the case, Shizune claps her hands together very energetically. Dot dot dot. Jan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Ah ha 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 ha. Okay, okay, okay. Do you want to know the rules? We can explain to you while we set everything up. While Misha's talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it on the table. Actually, it looks kind of interesting. After Misha spends a little too long for her liking running through the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares that the game has started with a decisive motion slicing her arm through the air. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off on me. I start feeling more competitive than I intended to be when I agreed to this. And that should do for episode 9. I'm that guy with a face, and if you want more, I'll be posting more later. See ya.